Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory Podcast featuring your host Superfly and Danny Day Bars Open. What's good?
What is good, my dude? I'm fucking jealous of you living your best life in Mormon country. So explain how the trip to Utah is going.
It's been good. Just been kicking it at the Airbnb with my girl, my two brothers, my dad and his wife.
Nice.
Honestly, it's just been like a really relaxing, chill vibe. Just hanging out like in nature, essentially. Went hiking, been grilling and playing music and drinking. So nothing too like out of the ordinary, but it's nice to get away from all of the madness in California.
Nice.
First time, well, not first time. I don't know, maybe second time being in Utah, as far as I can remember. So it's really chill. It is kind of weird being, or just not seeing like diversity, which I'm accustomed to in LA at least.
Right.
Essentially 99% white, it seems like, which is fine. It's just different.
It's just different. Yeah, you forget like on the coast, like, the East Coast, West Coast, like how different it is from like middle of America.
Yeah. And just with the climate of everything going on, I think I'm more like cognizant of like how my family looks compared to everyone else. And like in the back of my mind, I'm like, how are they perceiving us? Do they feel a certain type of way? So that's been kind of interesting. But other than that, it's been like a much needed getaway.
Yeah, because this is the first time you're actually like you're not working, like you're actually on PTO.
Yeah. I was gonna consider doing it, but my boss was like, yo, like if you really want to get away, like you should not be checking emails or logging in even like half the day. Just take the week off. Like you need the time to recuperate and everything. So it's been dope. Heading back to California tomorrow. It's probably gonna take it easy tonight because we've been drinking like every day nonstop. But it's been worth it so far. And thank God it's a Labor Day weekend coming up, so I'll get Monday off too.
Nice. Yeah, that's definitely a nice long trip. So as far as the outdoors and stuff, like, are you like going to restaurants though, or is like stuff not really open out there?
Interestingly enough, I think bars are open. It's kind of weird because like alcohol and shit is only sold at state owned stores or whatever. And I haven't really seen people dining in. We went into town for the first time yesterday to grab some coffee, get some food. Mm-hmm. It was still pretty empty, like as far as the streets go, but we did pass a few bars that were like, open, serving drinks and all that stuff, but we never went in. We might do that today, who knows, but it seems more open than LA at least. And also, even though the places have like the mask required signs, like I swear, like every place we walked into, like damn near none of the employees were wearing masks. So
really,
yeah, I think they're less paranoid than other states, which is probably not the best thing, but it is what it is. Maybe their cases aren't high and they're just like, fuck it. Well,
yeah, it's probably what it is, bro. Like other case, I never see Utah in those like completely out of control states like Florida, Georgia, and shit like that. So I could be wrong though, man. But as I'm glad you guys are having a good time, bro. Yeah, because I feel like you have expressed how like stressful LA life has been, just being cooped up in the house. So it's nice to actually get away and not have to worry about logging on and dealing with work as well. So awesome.
For sure. Yeah.
Dude, for me, man, like last week, obviously, we were celebrating Thenny's Day, Thenny's week, my mom's 55th birthday. So we had the party on Saturday in true Thenny fashion. We went from like 6 p.m. till 5 a.m. We went super hard, bro. It was amazing. You definitely felt her presence in the room. We had pictures of her up everywhere, flowers on the top of the ceiling. So I know like her presence was definitely in that room, and she definitely was proud of like the festivities me and my aunt put on. So that was super dope.
Nice. Yeah, shout out to Thenny. We love you.
Love you, man. Love you so much, Mom. So yeah, that was it, man. But obviously it was a little bit sombering. So I mean, this episode 44. Love that we're getting these numbers so high. Episode 44 is going to be entitled "Long Live the King," because Friday we had super sombering news that Chadwick Boseman, better known as the Black Panther, died of his battle with a 4-year battle with colon cancer, man. So when you got that news, bro, what was your initial reaction?
Yeah, the first thing that came to mind was just like, I mean, shock for sure. And then it was kind of like 2020 strikes again. Like any given week, I'm just like, what's the next surprising, unfortunate event that's going to occur? And with him, one, I thought maybe he had committed suicide, just because anytime someone like under the age of, let's say like 50, who's successful and just like vibrant and like has no other reason to die, if it doesn't say like helicopter crashes or some shit, then I assume they took their own life and like fame got to him. But I didn't realize it was shocking to me that he was battling with cancer, because I don't think anyone really knew. He never, as far as I was aware, never broadcasted his battle with cancer.
No, dude, no one knew. Like, no, I mean, obviously, immediate family, like they knew, but like I don't think anyone in the industry, let alone the media, knew.
Right, and I do recall seeing pictures of him like looking kind of malnourished, and the first thing that came to mind was like, oh, it must be for like a movie role or some shit, or maybe he's like, I don't know, trying to lose weight and has some sort of like, what do they call it, body dysmorphia type thing. But yeah, I never thought once like, oh, he might have 2 years to live or whatever it was at the time. And the unfortunate thing is I heard a lot of people were clowning him with his weight loss and like saying all kinds of shit. And now we lost what a lot of people consider a film legend and just like a black inspiration. Which is super unfortunate, but it was nice to see like the amount of outpour that came out from it. And yeah, rest in peace to him. Is crazy how fast life can come at you, and regardless of how much money you have and how much fame and everything like that, can't stop the reality of mortality and life.
Dude, 100%. Yeah, it's the same as you. Like, my boy hit me up, and it was like Chadwick Boseman died. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what? And then I read it. So, like, I wasn't guessing, because, like, in the article I found at that time it was already clear, like, the family already released a statement that it was, after his 4-year battle of cancer. Yeah. I remember questioning it, like, 2 months ago, dude. Or not 2 months ago. Like, this was, like, pre-COVID. So maybe, like, around February, he did an episode on LeBron's show on HBO called The Shop. And, dude, he looked really frail. But like, same as you, I was just like, oh, he must be, whatever new role is coming out that he had to lose mad weight for, because actors do that all the time, right, for certain roles. So I never, because the way he sounded just like himself, like it was a very healthy voice. So I was like, oh, nothing at all. But then to find out he was battling that for 4 years. So essentially, dude, I think he found out right before like filming started for Black Panther, which is fucking wild, bro. Yeah. Like the demands on the body for that role alone is insane. And then to find out that he fucking did like 7 or 8 more movies throughout that entire 4-year run, and then like having chemotherapy and then still doing an event, and then or having chemotherapy and then going to like a children's hospital to be there for them while they're like, dude, like just like you start finding out more and more about this dude, and it's like this guy was like literally probably one of the greatest human beings on this fucking planet. Like, it's pretty wild. He also had he went to Howard University, and someone posted like his like he was like the key spokesperson for someone's graduation, and dude, like that was like the most moving 4-minute speech I've ever heard in my life, bro. It's like all about purpose, like find your purpose. Like I had to turn down so many roles to ensure that I was prepared for the right time to be the Black Panther. I was like, wow, this is fucking insane, dude. So yeah, man, it just felt like really sad. And to your point, it sucks that like society's that terrible that like no one knew what this dude was going through. And I think it was so bad that he actually needed to remove the comment section on his Instagram page because people were just clowning him about losing weight. And you're like, dude, like what is it? Like, dude, what is this world? Like that is fucking trash. Like, first of all, you don't know him. So essentially it's like you running up on a fucking skinny person like, oh, are you fucking dying? Or are you like, what's wrong with you? Like, they're like, or I think actually it was more like a homophobic thing with him. Like people were saying that like, hey, from what I read, it was like a lot of people like questioning his sexuality, like on some like do you have AIDS? I don't know, something weird. Like it was terrible, bro. Yeah. So imagine you're him, you're sick, you're being ridiculed, and you just rather stay silent than fucking let the people know what you're dealing with. That's amazing. That takes even more power. That was wild.
For sure. And just thinking about that, like, I feel like something within me, and kudos to him for being like a super strong human being, but I feel like if I was in his position, I might have not have been as strong and would have lashed out and been like fuck all you people, like I'm dealing with cancer and you have the audacity to come at me like this, like you should be ashamed of yourselves. But he probably knew what was coming and just wanted to enjoy his final moments with his family and friends and just focus on his purpose rather than like have his last moments be tied to some backlash on social media outlets and stuff like that.
Right. That's especially like think about his mindset when he was finding out that this is getting worse, and then he goes to stage 4 cancer, and he's still getting abused online. And like at that moment, you would think a weaker man or weaker human being would be like, you know what, just you guys, just know I'm dealing with this, leave me alone, blah blah blah. But dude, that never happened, bro. But it also just reminds you that there's still people in this world that understands that social media is not real. Like you can literally go about your life and not care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like that could happen. You know what I mean? So like, I remind myself about that too, bro. Cause I remember dude, even about my mom, bro, I waited till Sunday. And I think someone asked me, hey, like, well, how come you haven't posted anything about your mom? Like her birthday was on Wednesday. I'm like, bro, cause who cares? Like, bro, dude, like right now, like I'm in mourning, I'm grieving, I'm celebrating. Like I'm more focused on like, hey, getting through this day. Like I'm not worried about like, bro, like you got to post something on Wednesday so the world knows you still fucking miss your mom. Like, bro, that's not what this is about.
And ignoring the fact that you've like religiously been posting pictures of you and her and reminiscing in other ways. And then the one day you not forget, but don't do it, all of a sudden it's like, hey man, the gram's waiting for you. Like,
where you at? Yeah, so it's funny. Like, but that's like I took peace in that. Like, I could. That's amazing. I think in today's society, bro, because a lot of people, bro, like it's. Again, I'm not saying I'm above that. I've been sucked into that trap too. Like, you really think that whatever's happening online is exactly what you need to be like focused on. And it's like, it's cool that you have some guy who like, once you know your purpose, which I mean, it was clear that he was on the verge or found out what it was, or now we see what it is. He's like, bro, like, who gives a fuck what someone's commenting on my picture? Like, all right, I'll just remove this, and then it's over. And it's like, I could just live. It doesn't matter, right? So that was impressive, yeah. But dude, yeah, rest in peace to him. I don't think they actually started filming Black Panther 2, so I wonder how that's gonna play out. But just to like, I actually saw Black Panther a little bit late than other people. I think I was like right in the middle of my MBA program. It was just hard for me to go watch movies, but. Dude, like, how did you feel as a black man, like, when that movie came out? Like, what did that movie mean to you?
Yeah. Honestly, when I first saw the movie in its entirety, I thought it was so hyped up to the point where I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but I didn't leave, like, mind blown as I thought it would have been. But I think I saw it again like a second time, and then I appreciated it a lot more that time. I think that I just had some like more critiques on like the CGI and stuff in certain instances. Nothing like with the story or whatever. And there's some moments where I thought with Michael B. Jordan, like his character was a little over the top and kind of some cheesy moments. But I think as a black man, it was just really dope to see like damn near every character be black, and then see non-black people go to the theater and like be able to appreciate a film of that caliber with like damn near all black characters. It was nice to see that, because I growing up was really sick of seeing like the stereotypical it seemed like the only movies for black people were like the shit that like Tyler Perry would make. That I feel like reinforced stereotypes and just were something like no white person would ever want to see, because it's almost so blatant that they might as well put like this movie is only for black people, because it like had a certain kind of humor and everything to it, whereas this had a universal appeal. It just happened to have fucking 50
all black cast.
All black cast. So I thought for me that was like a really exciting moment, just to know that this was an all-black cast, something that people could appreciate, and finally black superheroes that weren't that were made cool, and it didn't feel forced.
Yeah, no, dude, I agree. So when I finally saw it, it already won the Oscars and stuff like that. So they did a thing like right before the Oscars, like, hey, like let's release a bunch of old movies. I think I saw it for free actually. But dude, yeah, seeing that in the theaters for the first time because I didn't want to watch it on the TV because I was like, yo, if I'm gonna properly enjoy it, I need like a big screen experience. Dude, my thing was everything you said and a little bit more. Like, one, I thought Michael B. Jordan's character was like also a little bit over the top for sure because like he just hated the fucking world, but. I think you can relate to that. Like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, especially during today's time, especially as a minority.
Yeah.
When you're like, bro, I don't belong here. Like, I don't fucking belong here. Especially like if you're like, yeah, if you're like an African American brown person, dude, anything that's not what America looks like, you're just like, bro, like I fucking hate everything about this country. So I can see that part, especially now. But dude, it was just great to, yeah, like you said, not the stereotypical fucking roles for black people. 'Cause I think even in the interview that I was referring to about on the shop for Chadwick, he talked about, you know, he turned down so many roles that most people would take. He's like, bro, I'm not trying to fall into another stereotype, like, because then that leads to something else and then something else, and now like, you're just fucking like in this like I'm a black actor, like, you know, only black movie role, like yeah, this is like an all black cast, but like it's not really like a, you know what I mean? It's not like it's not like a Tyler Perry version of a superhero. Like this is a superhero movie. End of conversation.
Yeah.
And I think it was also super cool just to see black people displayed that way, right? Like the like his sister being a science wizard. You know, his best friend who's like his guardian is a female character, right? So you're uplifting females to be strong warriors, not just like the housewife.
Yeah.
And then it's not like because he's a fucking basketball star or some shit he became like this. You know what I mean? He's fucking has powers. Like it was just cool, man. It really just, I mean, I can see why anyone was like, you know what? I would be like, yo, fuck America. Let's go over there. It's like let's just start over from where we started from, because the whole movie was amazing, bro. So I definitely fell into the hype because I could see why it meant so much to a lot of people, but especially people in the black community. Because like, yo, this is like aspirational stuff, and it just seems like, and then it just in the movie it was like, no, this is how things should be. Like it's nothing. Like, obviously you want to aspire to it, but like, hey, like what if it's just the fucking norm and not like a one-off? So. Yeah. I thought it was definitely well done, man. But yeah, dude, yeah, rest in peace to him. Such crazy news to start off the weekend. And then, dude, yeah, like just when you see the list of movies he did, I'm gonna have to go back and watch all of them. Just be like, yo, can you like what? Like, dude, especially like the dude, again, maybe Black Panther because he was so early into his cancer treatment. Like maybe that's why he looks so like, you know, like as far as like jacked and like face didn't look synced in. But bro, he did 21 Bridges and the 5, like, yo, like these are like intense roles, and like he just looked whatever normal is. Like I would never think this guy is battling cancer. So that's, you know, kudos to him for having that strength and not letting that, like, you know, slow him down, man. Because again, dude, this is going to be inspiration for generations to come. When you're about to give up on whatever fucking project you have, you're like, well, this guy was Black Panther with cancer, so I really can't, you know, just give up right now.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, shout out to him. That's an incredible story, and hopefully other aspiring actors or just people in general realize that you can still persevere and not be held down by whatever bullshit life throws at you along the way.
Yeah, and also I think his story taught us, like, yo, it's okay to not be of whatever society is telling you to be, right? If it comes to Instagram or whatever comment bullshit, or just like, well, society's like, hey, like I have a lot of money for you to do this, and you can say no. Like it's okay to say no to one door if you think you'll find a better door down the road, even if that door is maybe 5 years down the road.
For sure.
All right, man. So rest in peace to him. Again, it's episode 44 of Audio Theory. Long live the king. So we do have some pretty good music stuff. So but before we jump into like what's dropping on Friday, heat of the week, music news as well. As a Jamaican man, how did you feel about Adele at the Notting Hill Festival in London? You know, wearing the what was it, Jamaican flag, and then she had like the hairstyle and everything. So how did you feel about that, bro? Because a lot of people in America, I feel like a lot of non-Jamaican people, to be completely fucking fair, are like, we're losing their mind for 3 days as they always do. So like, how did you feel about it?
I mean, honestly, when I saw the picture, I was just like, this is interesting and kind of funny just because I had never seen her like look like that ever.
We've never seen her show skin, period. So that was like,
yeah,
what?
skin period. She's always been in like big ass fancy, like British, UK, like queen like dresses and shit, and then all of a sudden she's got like braids and Jamaican top and stuff. And it reminds me of a lot of the women I would actually see, the white women I would see in Jamaica when I went on trips with my family. Okay. So it was kind of interesting. But even when I saw
white Jamaican people or like people on vacation?
Like people on vacation.
Okay.
Like, I'd always see like white girls from age 6 to fucking 30 with braids and all that. And I never felt a way about it. I always thought it was cool because to me it's like a form of flattery. I would only have a problem with it if she was caught, on a record saying some wild shit about Jamaicans or black people. But as far as I know, she's just showing love. And like we were talking about earlier, people in the UK, I think, are very fond of Jamaican culture. I mean, they colonized Jamaica. So I think that there's just that history there. But at the same time, I have no problem with her doing that shit. I have no problem with anybody showing appreciation to any culture as long as they do it respectfully and don't shit on that culture.
Dude, she was at a fucking reggae festival. Like, what do you like? Like, if anything, like that's like the most like form of flattery ever. Like, so like, wasn't she like at like some like posh party and she wanted to be the one girl where she was literally at like a Jamaican festival? Like, why wouldn't you not like pay respect if you're gonna be there?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't get why. And like to your point, like dude, I remember like on my trips to London, bro. West Indian culture, Caribbean culture is massive in England, bro. So like that's just like I feel like a normal thing. Like so much of like British hip hop is influenced by Jamaica. So yeah, I just feel like this is more like just the U.S. not knowing how the other world reacts, like, or how the other world interprets other things, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Americans are like, how come she's allowed to do it and we can't, or some shit. It's like, bro, this has nothing to do with you. Like, go let her do whatever the fuck she wants to. She looks good, and like, bro, like she's literally at a Jamaican / reggae festival. Like, dude, like where else would you show more homage than there? And obviously you're gonna wear that. Like, it's like when these non-West Indian or Caribbean girls go to like to Trinidad for like carnival. It's like you're obviously gonna wear a carnival like garment, otherwise like what are you doing there? So
yeah,
like I took it that point of view.
Yeah, I think people are just looking for a reason to be upset and mad, and I don't think it's valid in any ways. I don't see anything wrong with it. I mean, it was literally just an outfit with the Jamaican flag on it and her hair in that particular style.
Yep, that's it.
Beyond that, I really don't understand why people would find the time of day to be angry about some shit like that. People just being bored, and I think we're in this climate where like some people just don't want white people to enjoy anything that like black people have innovated or like feel like is culturally theirs. Like we're in this weird space where like we just kind of want to be separate, or a lot of people, not all people of color, want to like distinguish themselves and be like, all right, you guys do your own shit, we're gonna keep our shit over here. So when they see stuff like Adele doing that, it just, I guess, strikes a nerve, but it really shouldn't. Yeah.
No, I feel you do. But it's funny, man, because especially like I was just having this conversation with one of my boys like 2 days ago. I sent him like a random thought on Instagram. And he's like, damn, Lou, she looks so good. I'm like, yeah, dude, she looks good. But like, she's trying to look like super black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like not in a negative. Like, obviously, I think.
Wait, is this the Russian one?
No, dude, not her. Because obviously she can't look black. Like she could dance however she wants. Like, I don't think that's dancing black. But like, no, dude, there's like one girl who like is naturally a little bit tan, but like you can see she's going like overboard with the tanning, and then like those makeup, like that Lion King makeup where like they have like 1,000 different shades of like dark tones to make their skin darker.
Yeah.
And then she got like the cornrows that go all the way down to her ass. I'm like, yo, I'm not mad. Baby, like I'm not mad. And I think she's like exclusively only fucks like black dudes. So like again, but I'm just like, you could like that. I feel is more cultural appropriation because like you're generally trying to look like someone else by like Adele's thing. I was like, bro, like she's just like, you're literally at a fucking reggae festival. You want to pay homage. Like, who cares?
if she starts like incorporating Jamaican accents into her music and like basically trying to be Jamaican and fool everyone, then I'll be like, all right, you're taking this shit a little too far.
Right.
But as far as I'm aware, she was just shown love for that day or whatever, and that's it. Like, people are reading way too much into this shit.
Way too much into it, bro. But it was funny because I have some Jamaican DJs I follow, and they were loving it. Like, yes, let's go. Like, I love this shit. So
I saw a meme.
Go ahead.
It said, what's that song she came out with? Hello.
Yeah,
it said like, hello, is anyone pun the phone or some shit like that?
It was like Adele went from hello to like like the Jamaican like a long sentence. It was amazing, bro. I was like, the memes are great, but like it was just funny like to see in those comments of those memes that people were legit mad. I'm like, bro, why do you care?
Yo.
All right, man. So talking about like, I don't know if this is cultural appropriation, but if it is, I'm here for it. Dude, I don't know if you've seen some of these WAP TikTok challenges that everyone's doing, and some are phenomenal. Like this shit, I think may even challenge the video, bro, because like the video's meant to be seductive and like, you know, whorish in every way. These girls like in these TikToks are like just wearing like shorts and like they're looking sexy as fuck. Specifically, Vanessa Hudgens' version of the WAP TikTok challenge. Oh my God. That is the best like 35 seconds of content I've seen in a fucking long time.
I forgot about her until you sent that shit, and I was like,
oh my, yo.
I guess I have a new person to follow.
Dude, stock through the roof. And there have been a few other ones where I'm just like, damn. It's like, first of all, this song's not going away now. Like, now that like, you know, it was catchy a little bit for a lot of girls, and now with these fucking challenges that's gonna go viral like madness. So, but what are your thoughts on some of the challenges you see in itself?
First off, like, why did it take so damn long? Because didn't this shit come out 2 weeks ago? And it seems like now.
But I think someone has. So I don't know how like the first TikTok works, but I feel like one person sits down and like makes the official dance to it, and then people hop on, right? So that's what I don't fucking know, but I think that's how it works. So maybe that takes like a week or two.
Yeah. I think it's cool.
Yeah, but think about that logic though. Like, how did fucking Wiz Khalifa and Ty Dolla $ign's thing become a rave 10 years later? You know what I mean?
I think it's just really, some influencer with a ton of followers listens to these songs and they're like, fuck it. I'm going to turn it into something. Because there's another song with Dej Loaf, this rapper, I Am Sue, and I think Mozzie. And it was never like a big song. And I had it on my playlist and never thought much of it, and then fucking the other day I heard it and I'm like, this shit came out like 5 years ago. Where did this come from? But I think it's cool. I guess my only fear is like fucking 11-year-olds and shit wanting to.
Oh, that's already happening, bro. Like, I haven't seen one. If it pops my timeline, I'm gonna be really disturbed with what I'm following. But yeah, that has to be happening, bro. Like, there's no way. Like, I don't think these parents give a fuck. It's like, yo, go on your phone, leave me the fuck alone right now.
Because you know that song Kia, My Neck, My Back, right?
Yeah.
Like that, I remember my brother showing me that song, and like it was the most top secret. Like, we're gonna be in the basement, nobody's gonna be around, and we're gonna listen to this and laugh at it. But you couldn't find it on fucking TV or online. Like, the internet was barely around. But now you're having fucking 11-year-old girls singing about having a WAP. It just seems kind of frightening. Because I have nothing wrong with the song if you're of age, but like, fucking 9-year-olds singing that shit is just weird. And
dude,
TikTok's
9. There's like 7-year-olds singing. There's some hoes in this house.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's catchy too, so they're gonna want to sing the shit. But yeah, I think that's the only wild thing is how innocent, or not really innocent, but how young the demographic is on TikTok, and then to have something like this go viral and fucking little girls be singing this shit is just really weird to think about. But I'm not complaining about Vanessa Hudgens or anyone else wanting to participate.
Yeah,
like,
everyone like 21 years and above that has the body and is doing that dance, dude, thank God. Because like I've seen like 3 or 4 like either celebrities or like influencers doing this shit. I'm like, oh my God, like because we haven't been in a club in what, 7 months, so you forget like, if a girl can dance, how sexy that shit looks like. Yeah. Like, this is bad, bro.
I saw you caught yourself too.
Yeah,
You're like, if a girl.
yeah. I don't want anyone sliding my DMs talking about how like inconsiderate I am about especially when it comes to do with the WAP subject.
Smooth.
But speaking about the other girl in the WAP song, Megan Thee Stallion, I don't know, got backlash, but like, first of all, she was twerking like crazy hopping on a jet. So that part was amazing. But your thoughts on her freestyling and like I guess referencing her getting shot and not stopping her, like what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I know a lot of people have brought up like snitching shit here and there. I don't think that pertains at all to her, but I do find it weird that she's so vocal about it and not just waiting for this to go to court and like handling it that way. Like, I feel like you got to choose one or the other. Like, well, I don't understand why her lawyers aren't saying like, yo, like shut the fuck up. Like, we can't, if we're gonna be making songs and shit about it, then you might have to just let it slide and just I guess have the public be the ones to judge what his outcome should be.
Right, because she was making it seem like a week ago that she really couldn't do that, right? Because she was like crying and you don't know what I've been through, y'all making fun of me. So I guess it seemed, I don't want to talk for her, but it just seemed she wasn't up for that criticism. Even though, like, I don't think anyone was criticizing her. No. I just think people were confused, like, what was Tory's involvement? But I think we all knew that something happened to her, so I think everyone just felt bad for her. And I guess whatever happened. Yeah, I felt the same way, bro. Like, I mean, dude, you can freestyle about whatever you want. At the end of the day, this shit happened to you, not me or, you. Right. But, I mean, yeah, it just seems like, the whole situation is odd how, like, I think everyone is, like, on a low-key level canceling Tory. Without anyone really knowing what the fuck actually happened, right? Like, again, we have her side of the story. We don't have his side of the story. And then we don't actually know, like, we don't have the side that actually is what happened, right? Because there's three sides to every fucking story. So, that's the confusing part, bro. Like, again, I think because she's the female, I mean, I know it's because she's a female. I mean, and she's a black female. So, again, I know domestic abuse against black women is already too out of control in America, which is we need to fucking stop. But that doesn't mean that every black woman that gets, that says she got abused was actually abused. So I feel like I would have felt like in a perfect world, I mean, nothing's perfect, but like we could have waited a little bit longer for this shit to go to courts, see what the courts say, see what the fucking facts and evidence are. I feel like she gave in too much to public opinion, or I think she was saying that Tory's publicist was trying to spin it. But dude, why not just fucking wait? Like, who cares what else is saying?
That's why I found wild is I've seen a lot of like outlets say, oh, we have to protect our black women and this and that. In the back of my mind, I'm like, do we even know what happened yet? And I know she said that he shot her, and if he did that, obviously he's crazy for that and should be handled accordingly. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm still really curious to hear what the fuck he's gonna say. And without that context, I feel like it's hard for me to just 100% be like, yo, he's canceled without really knowing what took place. Like, I don't know if he accidentally shot her or what the fuck happened. But for me, I'm just like, yo, let the courts handle this, as opposed to this. I hate this like premature canceling shit where, based on like what one person says or claims happened, took place, and therefore we should never fuck with them. Because that one chick, Tahiri or whatever, said a bunch of shit about Joe Budden.
Oh, dude, great point, man. Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. So
I don't see Maul in that. Yeah, like what if? So basically, Tahiri was on. I don't know what the fuck she was being interviewed on, but she essentially said that Joe Budden had been a bully to her, abused her, threw her down the flights of stairs, and all kinds of shit. And if you and I, if we're gonna take this protect black women route and just immediately take statements like that at face value, then we shouldn't be listening to Joe Budden ever again. Maul and Rory should walk off the platform and this and that. Like, are we ever gonna allow the other person to give their side? And I don't know if she ever took that shit to court and like tried to seek legal justice, but I think people are just very quick to cancel and kind of play this favoritism thing with these artists, especially.
No, I agree, dude. And it's like the weird thing is as well with the Tahiri situation. So, these allegations you're saying happened 4 to 5 years ago. There's like video proof of you like on Love and Hip Hop, like, or like on his show, or even like tweeting at him like how much you miss him and how much you love him. So again, they also do say that the ones who get abused are, late to see, the flaws in the abuser. But it just seems real fucking suspect. Like, bro, like, what are you talking about? Like, it just felt to me, like, at least with the Tahiri thing, it was like, bro, what are you, like, you're talking about this shit now? Like, 5 years later, when your guy's, like, on top of the, the culture when it comes to as far as a personality, now you wanted to bring this shit up when you could have outed him the moment this happened. So, I don't know, man. Like, it just, again, I'm not saying we need to listen to anyone who says, like, they've been abused, because if that's the case, it's a strong thing that needs to get dealt with. But like you said, bro, like, there has to be evidence, man. You can't just be fucking, because that's the case, bro. Like, this is like almost like a reverse of the Me Too movement. Like, all right, any woman says anything, then that guy is, ruined for the rest of his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've seen it happen with a bunch of other celebrities. Some of them just straight up fucking disappeared off the face of the planet. I don't know if you know Chris D'Elia.
Yo, dude, like, I was literally watching one of his most recent stand-ups, and like 2 weeks later, bye.
Yeah,
and
like straight up gone. I don't know if he's alive.
I think he might come back though, bro, because I was listening to Andrew Schultz for like updates on this, and they were saying that like he found proof that showed that none of this shit ever happened, or at least a couple of girls that were accusing him, like he legit was like, no, I'm not hanging out with you. So
yeah,
I don't know if that's enough to not cancel him, because maybe sometimes the accusation is enough for like people just to walk away. But I think at least with him, like, I would hope that like, he's like, bro, I have fucking proof. Like, none of this happened. Like, yeah, I'm a dirtbag, but like, at least I'm a dirtbag to like legal women. I'm not just fucking like 15-year-olds. Like, what's up? Like,
and that's what's wild is like, I don't think people realize these celebrities do this shit. Like, and a lot of these girls enable them too. Like, a lot of them do like just literally want to fuck and do this shit for these tickets and all that stuff. And I think he just got caught up in a situation where like underage girls were trying to get at him, and he didn't realize it until the end, and it was like, oh, I'm not fucking with you. But just it just seems weird even having that conversation with a chick before you realize it. So I think that kind of fucked him over. But at the same time, I don't think anyone proved that he actually continued to pursue these girls and actually did anything. But yeah, it's wild how like within a matter of minutes your whole fucking career could disappear, all your sponsorships and everything, just because.
Yeah, dude, and we mentioned before, bro, like, I don't think anyone was hotter than Tory, and I'm not even a Lane's fan anymore, pre all this shit. But like, dude, Quarantine Radio was a hit. Like, it was so much a hit that he was the first celebrity to do like those like virtual concerts on like YouTube and shit. Like, that's how big it got him, bro. So
yeah,
dude, it's wild how quickly this shit, like, dude, we legit have not heard from Tory Lanez in what, 2 months, 2.5 months,
some shit like that. Yeah, as soon as the Jack Harlow remix came out, he's like, peace,
gone. Like, dude, gone. So it's just like, man, like, it's again, if he did it, like, fuck him. But like, even if he did it, something may have happened that we don't know. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like we should just let this shit play out, as opposed to even Megan. Like, again, I know she's the one that got shot, so who are we to tell her how to act? But like, bro, like, I feel like if you're gonna stay silent for a month and then come out crying, it seems kind of suspect. You're the one like also freestyling about it and like, kind of like playing it off like it's not a big deal. So it seemed kind of odd.
Yeah, it's all super weird.
But yeah, let's try not to cancel people, because like we actually may be canceling people we need. All right, man. So I don't know if you had a chance to see this. I know you're on vacation. This shit just popped up like maybe 4 hours ago, but apparently, not apparently, I saw the video. Kanye and Tyga had a song called "Feel Me."
Yeah, from a long time ago, right? Like 4 years ago.
A long time ago, yeah. As long ago that Tyga was still with fucking Kylie. And this was already Kylie looking like Kylie now, not pre-puberty Kylie. But dude, have you seen the video?
No, so I looked for this shit and I think it got taken down.
Okay, so I saw the video. I'll send it to you if it's still on Control, where I found it. But bro, video is trash. Like, this is a reason why this shit didn't come out when the song came out like 7 years ago. Because I think someone was just like, bro, we're not putting this out. Like, this is but as far as like the content was bad, but dude, the the visuals of how good Kim looks is wild. Like, wild, bro. Like, you can see every reason why, like, Kanye is, like, doing anything he can to keep her body. Yo, dude, she is so bad. Like, dude, oh my God. Like, wow. And it's not even, like, her, like it's just her in a bikini. But, like, the way her body looks in a bikini, it is wild. But, yeah, I think the wildest part at the end is that they said it's Kim Kardashian, but it's actually, like, a bigger version of Kylie is, like, laying down with her legs spread. And there's, like a light coming through. And then a smaller version of Kylie walks out of the bigger version. So it's like, oh, like, she gave birth to her. Like, but visually, bro, it's trash, bro. Like, it's just, like, besides, like, the sex appeal of those two, like, dude, it's just essentially two fucking, like, ATV cars driving around, and they're acting, like, you know, it's just, it's confusing, bro. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I also think the song is horrendous, like, on every level. So, like, I'm just glad, like, that video never came out, because it, like, that was still, like, 7 years ago, Kanye was, like, Kanye. Yeah. I don't know what this would do for his career, because that shit was, like, really bad.
So do you know why they decided to release it, or was it already done a long ass time ago and they're just like, fuck it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, this shit legit is like, I think it just leaked. Someone added it and then put it out, or I don't know, dude. Kanye was in the news as well for his interview with Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, well, not the interview, but a clip of it.
Yeah, the clips. I saw clips of it too. Like, I mean, yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't read the whole thing, but I mean, he said some good stuff. I don't think anything was like earth shattering. I think the funniest thing was that he wants to wear Jordans, but he can't because he signed to Adidas. I'm like, all right, bro, like, you're getting paid $1 billion. Get over it, bro. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'll fucking wear Payless for the rest of my life if I don't get fucking paid $1 billion. But yeah, so it was just funny. So yeah, I'll find the video. If anything, we'll post it on the YouTube page as well. But yeah, one of the worst videos ever created. But Kim Kardashian is the GOAT. Like, I know Kylie looks better now, and I was like, super, like, you know, that's our opinion. Yeah. But Kim's run will go down as one of the longest fucking runs. It's by far one of the baddest human beings ever, bro. Because holy shit, dude. When I said this to you, bro, she wears a Gucci thong, and it's just like all you see is the double G's on the back of her, like the top of her ass crack, and nothing else. I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, I'll have to find this video. That's probably why the shit was taken down.
Oh yeah, they're like, no, we gotta get paid more for this. Like, all right, so one more thing before we go into some musical reviews and Heat of the Week. So, kind of ease in nicely to some music dropping Friday night. Dude, I feel like a lot of attention's being put on 6ix9ine. I know his album Tattletales is dropping on Friday, but dude, it seems like a lot of people are giving him attention when he's not really doing anything. So what are your thoughts on the whole thing? Because I feel like we even you and I have taken a break from 6ix9ine over these last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, so I think it's pretty obvious what his strategy is now. He waits for people to basically either directly or indirectly bring him up, whether it's regarding snitching and shit like that. The public will usually be the one to kind of instigate and be like, oh shit, like Dirk's talking about 6ix9ine. And then as soon as that bait is placed, then he fucking goes after it and then starts antagonizing the person that like called them out and making a whole like marketing campaign around it, basically. So with Dirk, he definitely did that after the Laugh Now Cry Later song when he said we don't listen to rats or whatever.
Right.
And then he's playing a very deadly game of like going to grave sites and shit.
Yeah, that's the wild one, bro. Yeah. Because I think it was Lil Durk's like cousin or niece got killed, and he showed up with fucking flowers. It's like, bro, like there's trolling. And there's just like, bro, like you were, dude, you said playing a very deadly game. Like, because at some point, dude, bullets can go through those bodyguards you got.
Yeah. And the only frustrating thing is, so like Lil Durk and them will be like, will claim to, and Lil Reese will claim to not feed into his games and, you know, we don't deal with rats and give attention to them. But every fucking day I turn on Instagram, they're taking pictures of themselves saying, you know, I'm from the trenches. This is, you know, we do things differently. We don't talk to rats and whatever. And they're not mentioning him, but there's it's obvious who they're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how, like, clearly you're bothered if you're gonna continue to post and repost shit and talk about how like you're not bothered. Like that's the number one sign that you're bothered is when you keep telling everyone you're not bothered. So I hope they just ignore it the same way anyone else would. But I think it's one of those things. I think within rap, like people just have such fragile egos, and they're just very prideful and like don't want to see someone like him get away with it and profit off of it, and they know they can't fucking
right. I think they just see him profiting so much,
and they know they can't just kill him that easily, which I'm sure they want to do. They probably won't say it, but they know they can't do that easily. So like for now at least, they're trying to diminish his clout and handle it other ways. But I don't think it's gonna benefit them. So I don't know if they should continue doing these posts.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, bro. Like, I feel like, I mean, dude, he hasn't really even dropped a song in the last, like, month or so, right? Like, it's really just, like, him teasing the album, and now it's going to be here on Friday. Yeah, dude, especially, like, Lil Durk. I feel like Lil Durk's never been bigger. So it's like, bro, like, I remember when Nipsey was asked about, like, 6ix9ine, and, dude, I think he gave, like, a 3-word response, like, a 3-second response. Like, man, like, you know, I pray for him. I hope, you know, I mean, that's a dangerous game he's playing, but, you know, I pray for him. Yeah. And keep it moving, bro. And, like, and for all we know, Nipsey was from a rival gang. He could have easily been, or he is a gang member. He could have been like, bro, like, no one does that shit. Like, he could have gone on a rant and, like, said, like, yo, stop fucking with him. But he's like, bro, like, who am I to tell him how to make money and then keep it moving? It's like, bro, like, if you're above this shit, like, you don't hear Drake talking about 6ix9ine. You don't hear Jay-Z talking about 6ix9ine. Like, Jeezy's not addressing this shit. Like, dude, I mean, Kendrick's not addressing this shit. Like, who cares, bro? So, yeah, it's just funny how, like, again, maybe Lil Durk doesn't consider himself that level, so maybe he thinks he is at the same level as whatever 6ix9ine is, and he should talk about it. But I just feel like if you're saying he's beneath you because he's a rat, then, dude, then let him fucking be a rat. Like, all right, cool. So, like, I really feel like he's literally feeding the troll every time that they do this shit.
For sure.
And especially because he's feeding the troll, and the troll biggest fan has one of the biggest platforms in academics that, like, constantly, like, whatever they do, he fucking reposts it, like, immediately, and that shit gets like a fucking million likes. It's like, bro, like you're not gonna be able to fucking diss this guy and it be like discreet. Like, everyone's gonna know. Yeah,
for real. And he already like tried to out him by saying his camp offered Durk $3 million to
keep antagonizing him.
Keep antagonizing him and keep the beef going and everything. So that's all he had to say. But then he like posted twice after that saying, like, you know, the trenches is greater than 3 million and all that stuff. And I'm like, is this really necessary? Like, clearly he's getting into your head, and you just gotta, I don't know, enjoy the money you're making and say,
dude,
fuck
no,
him.
He's definitely living rent free in Lil Durk's head right now, for sure. Which, again, you would think of having like probably one of the biggest songs of the year. Like, why would you even worry about it, bro? Like, why do you like, dude, like, there's been no moment like laugh now, cry later, like, throughout the year. So, like, why even worry about it? But again, these guys, they are pretty young, so they'll figure it out. But speaking about music, I mean, they both have albums dropping on Friday. So, which one are you looking more forward to? I'm definitely looking forward to Lil Durk because, again, I think like the buzz around him musically has been phenomenal. And then going back, listening to the album he dropped, I think at the end of last year, fire. So, like, what are you looking forward to the most? And we will throw in the Big Sean Detroit 2. Detroit 2, right? That's what it's called?
I think so.
Yeah, Detroit 2 album that also drops on Friday. From what I heard, there's been a couple of memes that this motherfucker has, like, every song has a feature. But besides that, I mean, I love Big Sean. I think he's like super underrated to me. So, out of those 3 albums, what are you looking forward to the most?
For me personally, I'd probably say Big Sean. I think I just vibe with his music a bit more because I think Durk kind of falls more into that like trap future-ish kind of category that for me a lot of times it's hit or miss, whereas Big Sean's kind of like lyrical new school but like still hard hitting beats and stuff. So I feel like I'll end up liking Big Sean's more. Durk, to your point, I'm curious, really curious how his is going to turn out because of the buzz. So I'm hoping that he surprises me with some
and delivers.
And delivers and surprises me with some dope content. 6ix9ine, I'm not. My expectations are super low as far as
super low, bro. Like quality wise, like absolute none at all.
Yeah, and the only songs I like are probably the ones that we've heard, like Gooba and shit.
Yeah, because he has put out technically like almost like 4 or 5 singles, right?
Yeah, and I'm sure the rest.
If you include the reggaeton one and
Gooba, Trolls. I saw that NBA YoungBoy is apparently on the album.
Nicki Minaj,
Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, dude, it's exactly what we said though, bro. Like, you give these people enough of a bag, like they don't give a fuck about that snitching shit. Like, they're like, dude, like we don't care.
Well, I think female rappers in particular really don't care because that has like their audience really doesn't give a fuck about snitching. Like, these are just ratchet chicks who wanna, or not even ratchet chicks, but just chicks who wanna dance and have fun. They're not worried about who shot who and shit like that, or who went to jail, who didn't. But NBA YoungBoy, I thought was interesting if that is true, because he's kind of one of those like Dirk type dudes that has like a hood fan base who allegedly, adheres to the street code and shit like that. So if he's on 6ix9ine's album, I feel like that would tarnish his career in a way.
Dude, but think about it, bro. This guy is a gazillionaire off like what? You know what I mean? So I think he's just like, bro, like, I'm 23 years old. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, who cares? Like, how much are you paying me? The check's gonna clear on time. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, that's valid. I don't even know like who his fan base truly is. Like, how, if they're the same as 6ix9ine's, like white kids who just love hood shit and kind of don't really give a fuck about anything, and or if they're like actual street dudes who are gonna fucking clown him for
dude, because we've been talking about listening to more YoungBoy since like pre-COVID, and I've yet to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and I think he's dropped like 2 albums since that conversation, and I just I don't know. I'm just not looking for it, bro. Like, I know he has a
song with Snoop Dogg.
Yes, he does have that coming, but he had a decent feature with Future on his album. I think Trillionaire. Again, not terrible, but I'm just like, bro, like, I don't like it. It is what it is. Like, again, I don't know because he's so young. I won't say that because I do like a lot of young rappers. But yeah, like, I don't care. But I would agree with the order you put it in, bro. Like, I'm really looking forward to Big Sean's album because, bro, like, I think us can relate the most to it. Just because, like, bro, like, it's a fucking early 30-year-old guy who's gone through some real life shit, and like. And you just want to hear about that shit, bro. Especially, I think with his what's his girlfriend name? Jenny. What's her name? Jenny Aiko.
Gina Aiko.
Yeah, like, dude.
Is she still with him?
Yeah, dude. They're back together.
Oh wow.
And I think he has a song that he talks about how like she had a miscarriage with his son.
Yep.
So, like, they're talking about some fucking real shit. Whereas again, like, I think Lil Durk's album's gonna be fine, but like, I'm sure a lot of that stuff's gonna be like overdone to like, really boost up this like, thug gangster, persona he had, which is fine. I'm sure I'm gonna like it too. But as far as like relatable shit, Big Sean's gonna take the cake by a mile. And again, I've also been listening to Big Sean for fucking 15 years now, so it's like I gotta keep listening to this shit. So
yeah.
But yeah, and yeah, I have zero expectations for 6ix9ine. I'm gonna listen to it because obviously, like, I don't not like his music. I just feel like after a while it's gonna be, what it is. It's just like no one's gonna care anymore. It's gonna be about either the video or, him going to like Nipsey's thing and, paying homage and then running into it. Like, it's about the fucking antics. So
yeah.
But again, if he comes out with a fire album and this shit, I'm gonna tell you it's fire. Like, I'm not worried about anyone's opinion because they're just like, oh, you can't listen to him because blah blah blah. Like, dude, if it's good, I'll say it's good for sure.
Yeah. Same.
All right, man. So those are your 3 albums to check out. On Friday, which is September 4th, Dirk, not Trolls, 6ix9ine, and Big Sean. So as far as Heat of the Week, man, you listen to a lot of music in Zion, Utah. So what's like the number 1 song that you've been bumping nonstop?
Yeah, the one I've heard recently that I love is by Lil Tecca called Royal Rumble.
You sent me that one. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I've never really checked for his music like that, but every time I do hear new music from him, I'm super impressed. I think he's definitely a dope artist who has somehow like managed to continue to have a strong fan base and release good music despite, I don't recall him being in the media very much at all.
at all, and then also just being so freaking young.
Being super young. The track itself is just like a fire song all around. I think it's a hit. And my brothers and I were talking about it. We were like, it would actually be dope if he got Tyga on the remix.
Okay.
It has that vibe. And I know Tyga and even Tory Lanez, if he wasn't out here shooting bitches allegedly, Tory Lanez would sound dope on it as well.
Shooting girls.
Yeah, shooting girls. Yeah, shooting girls. Innocent women.
Innocent, just standing there, mind their own business, just twerking.
But yeah, the track is fire. I could see it topping the charts. I don't know if he'll be able to do it alone, but if he were to recruit like I don't know, Jack Harlow and Tyga or some shit for it, the same way Jack Harlow did with What's Poppin', I think it could definitely go up there. It just has that vibe, summer vibe to it, even though summer is basically over. Nice. I think it's a super, super solid track, and I think he has an album coming out soon too. I don't know when exactly, but I remember him posting about it, so looking forward to that.
Nice. All right, cool. So we'll find out when Lil Tecca drops, so we'll let everybody know. But yeah, I've already added Royal Rumble to the Audio Theory playlist. So my Heat of the Week, I actually sent it to you already. It's called GPS. The producer, it's actually like a EDM producer. It's nice. His name is Gali Matias. But the reason why I love this, the beat's fire. But Boz is rapping on the entire verse. So, dude, anything that I feel like Boz is on, like I'm like, yo, I need that. I need more of it. This is some song you're on the beach or some a very scenic location, and you're just vibing out to this shit on replay nonstop. So, GPS by Gali Matias and with Boz on the feature. Definitely go check that out because it's fucking like very, very good.
Nice. Yeah, I'll add that to the list. And I love Boz too.
Dude, just super so solid. Flawless, bro. Like it's just like I don't know if it's like that fat boy confidence that like you just like wish you had. You think about like Big Pun, Biggie, like those Khaled. It's like like you would think like on the surface like bro, why are you so cocky, bro? Like you're fat, but this guy's like bro, he's like the coolest dude in the world. Like he's just like I'm the shit. Like this is super easy to me, and like dude, I just like about Boz like he can rap about anything, bro. Like it can be relationships, it can be life struggles, it can be in the club partying, it could be hanging out with your boys, like it's everything, bro. So I feel like Dreamville low key just has so many like good people on the roster. Yeah,
no, they do for sure. There's another dude in the camp. I don't know if you heard of Omen.
No.
But he's super solid, but it's weird. I haven't heard much from him ever since then. But I always thought J. Cole, and Boz were like a solid trio.
Dude, but funny thing is, like, I'm not saying my favorite one of all of them, but JID is one of my fucking favorite rappers, bro. Like, dude, that DiCaprio 2 mixtape he put out, fire.
Yeah, he's super fire.
Like, it's just like, bro, like, dude, this maybe like that's how J. Cole's making all his money. Just like all these guys just fucking like low key like SoundCloud kings, and like all that money comes to them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude, because dude. So shout out to Dreamville. But yeah, that's the Heat of the Week. Nothing overwhelming, but definitely a couple of songs you could definitely vibe out to it and enjoy. All right, my brother. Anything else you want to touch base on before you get back to your vacation? I get back to my Jersey life.
Nah, I think I'm good. Looking forward to this new music though.
Nice. Yeah, Friday's gonna be a fun day, especially since you're gonna have it's Labor Day weekend. So enjoy those vibes.
For sure.
We'll definitely have a review come next week. Everyone enjoy your Labor Day weekend. Stay safe. Tune into Audio Theory. We appreciate the comments on the YouTube page. Keep them coming. I mean, that's how really we're gonna take the next step for you guys.
Yes, sir.
All right. Peace, my dude. Love you.
All right, man. Peace. Love you too.